I have heard people, and I wanted to say this in the recording so it would pop up on as far as the teaching. I've heard people say, well, you know, Rabbi, we liked it better when you taught this way or that way. I still teach the same way. Sometimes you'll get what I gave you when we went through Romans a couple of weeks ago, and you get all that kind of expounding. Other times you get 3 or 4 verses we get into deeply. But some of you think, and I promise you're wrong, you think that I have an agenda to focus on verses that say certain things. No, the verses say what they say, and they're connected to the teaching, and you just don't like hearing it over and over again. So I want to say the same thing here that we said about things like our announcements and stuff. If you have heard something before, and if you get it, like I'm preaching to the choir, good. Don't worry about it, that's good. But realize some of you that are listening, some people are brand new finding this teaching for the first time, need to hear what you already have understood. So again, I want us to be less self-focused. That's what I call selfish. By the way, I know some of you get mad when I talk about being selfish. I'm not talking about your level of generosity, because some of you are incredibly generous to other people. Your selfishness is when it becomes about you. Oh, but I've already heard that. I don't need that, or I don't like that. Now, it's not about being generous or not. It's just about you're wanting it all to be because it's the way you want it to be. And some of you really have a selfish streak there that you have to work on. Okay? Theoretically, let's go to 2 Peter for a second. I want to read you something there so you can understand. 2 Peter, chapter, let me just see where it is. Chapter 1. Not theoretically, in actuality. I'll say it that way, more in actuality. I shouldn't say a single thing you don't already know. I should simply be stirring you to take action on it. You should not be learning anything at some point. You should only be being encouraged to do. Listen to what Peter said. I'm not making this up. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 12. He says, so I intend to remind you of these matters again and again and again and again, though you know them. Though you already know them and have been established in them. He says, and have been established in the present truth. But I think it is right, as long as I'm in this tent, as long as I'm alive, to stir you up by a reminder. I feel comfortable claiming that what Peter says is for all teachers. Okay, I feel comfortable claiming that he's speaking as a teacher about the role of the teacher. Okay? And so let's not be frustrated or disappointed because you know something I'm teaching, you've heard it before. Be excited that you know it. And be even more circumspect to make sure you're actually applying it. Because knowing it and applying it are not always the same thing. Because some of you know, but you don't do. Oh, I heard that so many times. Yeah, but are you doing it? Okay, are you doing it? But realize people need to hear the things that I say over and over because Yahweh wrote it over and over. If I say things, and I'm going to say some things today, you guys will be like, oh, I'm so tired of that. Yahweh said it in Timothy through Paul. He said it in other places through Paul. He said it in other places through Moses, other places through Yeshua. He's saying the same things because they need to hear it over and over and over and over and over again. It's a real problem he's addressing. Otherwise, he wouldn't say it. But you're too hung up on not liking it or not wanting to hear it anymore. I've heard it enough already. Okay, you made your point. I've heard enough. You made your point. No, I'm reading what he said. Did he make his point? It's not my point. But some of you are still hung up on all that. And you don't like what's going on when I read you what it says. And you don't want to deal with that. It really does say what it says.